Good morning or afternoon, wherever it is that you're coming from. I'm staring out here at a rainy Florida day, so I figured I'd make a quick video. It's not a video for professionals of the like. Y'all guys know what you're doing, you know what you've gone through. This is more for the people who say, I don't draw, I don't want to draw, or I can't draw, or I don't have the money to draw things. All those nice excuses we come up with. So we'll keep it basic. What do you need? Really all you need is the same old cliche. You need a pencil and some paper. Now, this is just a standard number 2 pencil. Normally I use a drafting pencil, plus I got some art pencils. But the object here is to keep it cheap. So how can you do it and do it cheap and still technically make a little bit of change with it? So that's where the hard part comes from. Alright, now as far as the paper goes, this is standard copy paper at Office Max. It's a little better, but what happened is it was a 500 pack. So it was buy one, get one free. Now the reason I use this is because I draw a lot. So I make myself draw 3 cartoons or illustrations every day. So I use just a pencil and I use a basic ink. Now you don't have to go crazy and buy one of these things that are like I think it's like $36 and some change. That can come later. We're talking about now, like on a budget. Fine point Sharpie is a good one, but they have a tendency to bleed. So when you use this type of paper. So you have to be careful. So what you can do is they have Stadler and Micron and stuff sell these little disposable pens. They work good and they don't bleed as bad as these big ones because, again, what I'm doing here is small and it's meant to be done very quickly. So these work well because they don't really bleed that bad on this paper. The only downside with them is I draw so much that these things run out. I'll go through, I mean, you can get them on like a 3-pack at a craft store. Sometimes they have buy one, get 50% off, which is a good deal. But I draw so much, I burn through these things, so it drives me crazy. Now, if you use a heavier art paper, then Sharpie is definitely the way to go. So you've got a fine point. So I like these bad little boys here because you get a heavy point, so, and you get the fine point. So dollar store, and I'm not saying one of the brand, but any one of the dollar stores, you can bank on Sharpies for a little bit. And again, don't go crazy. Don't buy a bunch. I've collected all these for a while. Half of these have almost lived their life out, so I'm gonna have to replace them. But just draw your idea down. Get your idea down. For me, when I draw these, the reason this type of paper doesn't bother me so much is because if I'm using color pencils like this rack over here, this stuff works fine. I try to keep it in a 5x7 format, so then that way I can put it on a backing board, a foam board, and then put it in a sleeve. Keeps me really, really cheap. Okay. So the first and foremost thing is to draw. Draw what you like. Don't worry about anybody else. Don't worry about anything else. Just draw what you like. Draw, 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 draw. Try to do at least one a day. So if I'm sitting having lunch, I'll do 1 or 2. If I see something on Facebook that's funny, I'll go draw it. Anything that's in a spot, and you can burn through them. Now, if you keep it simple, then you can get about 3 per page. And then for me, I'll scan them and then come back and draw them on nicer paper and stuff like that. But again, this is just draw. Draw, 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 draw. Don't worry about if it's good. Don't worry if it's bad, because we always think, I mean, we're our own worst enemies. We think we suck. But it's good for us, because if we ever thought, oh dude, that's as good as I'm going to get, then what's the point? I mean, we always know we can do better. We're artists. That's the way it works. Whether you're drawing, whether you're painting, whether you're doing cartoons, whether you're doing photography, you're always looking to do better. The word to the wise is your cartoons, the more you do them, the better you're going to get. And that's with drawing or painting or photography or anything else. And just draw, 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 draw. If you want to share them with me, share them with me. I'll be more than happy to give you my 2 cents. I'm not any kind of art professor, but I know people. I've sold a lot of stuff. I know what gets attention, what doesn't get attention. So just draw away. Be cautious with unless you got thick skin, unless you got a strong backbone. if you want to do political satire, and it doesn't matter what side of the fence I'm talking about here, but if you want to do political satire, just be careful. Because I had some backlash last year over some cartoons, and it got pretty intense. So be prepared for that. If you're going to go down that road, it's a different environment. So people got very thin skin out there. So if you want to do political satire, put you some armor on and go to it. Me, it's a lot of fun because no matter what side of the fence you're on, there's so much information out there. It's an endless source of material. So do what you can. But again, go to the office store, get you some copy paper, get you a pencil and some base pens. It doesn't matter if it's Stadler or Micron or anything like that. I usually get these because more often I can get discounts and coupons on them. I like to keep my costs down. And then if I'm going to do something big, then I use this. My good technical pens I use for stipple work. And then I do use heavier Prismacolors when I really want my darks good, because the downside with some Sharpies is they'll turn purple on you after a while. So get some copy paper, get a pencil. You can get a regular old ink pen, which makes a really, really cool drawing. So try that too. Give me a holler, jack@jtnorton.com. If you need any advice or have any suggestions. Again, this isn't for the professionals out there, so y'all guys know what you're doing. And for those starting out, just stick to it. So make a little bit of money, and then you can worry about all the fancy upgrades and stuff like that. I've been drawing for years and years and years, so I have a collection of crap over here. So it just takes time. So, but keep your costs down, make it within your budget, and whenever you got free time, don't stare at the ceiling wondering why. Oh Jesus, why can't I draw? If you're sitting there staring at the ceiling and wonder why you can't, you obviously have time to draw something. Draw something small. So, and need anything? Give me a holler. See you later.